Mahesh Jethmalani as our next homebound, not homebound, what's the phrase for it? Home grounded would be better, right?
In self-isolation.
A person in self-isolation. Yeah, okay.
Quarantined.
Yeah, quarantine. Rhythm, a little bit more of a summary of the big news. Yeah, self-quarantine. A little bit of the summary of the big news stories that we just got.
Yes, Mr. Jethmalani,
last few minutes, and then, of course, yeah.
That's right. So the news that's coming in, Arnab, it's a press release from the PIB, the Government of India. It says to make it more convenient for passengers, the next few days that are going to be seeing a complete stoppage and suspension of the train services, there will be a full refund of all cancelled trains that may be taken till the 21st of May. And it also says adequate arrangements shall be made to facilitate a hassle-free refund. This is a government policy that's coming forward, but very compassionate, responsible, a situation that's arisen, but we are combating it with compassion because we're ensuring to all the passengers that you will be getting your refund back. It's not a time to panic. It's a time to come together collectively. It's an iconic moment, even in India, Arnab, and even as we're going to go across to Mr. Jethmalani, who travelled, in fact, we know a few days ago on a flight from Delhi to Mumbai. It's very clear that this government is trying to ensure that when we fight this, we're all fighting it together. So in Maharashtra, in all the states right now, presently, as you spoke, Arnab, there's a cancellation of train services by the Indian Railways.
Absolutely. The people are asking for which are the districts, viewers. I will put out the soonest that I can. A lot of people calling in saying, which are the, is my district affected? Is my part of the country now under lockdown? Well, if your part of the country is in a district, if where you are, if where you live or work is in a district which has had a single COVID confirmed case, right, out of the 300 plus cases today, or if there has been a casualty or a death because of COVID, then your district is under lockdown. Mahesh Jethmalani, I think we must commend the steps taken by the government. I think we must commend the fact that the government is doing this ahead of its time, and this is the time to completely get into that lockdown situation. Yes, Mahesh.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think the government is, put us ahead of the curve for the time being. And, the messaging is also very important. And I think the communication is very good. And I think people are responding to it because, I mean, I'm looking out of my window, on the Arabian Sea in Bombay. And I can't see a single soul anywhere on the streets. So the self-imposed quarantine and the curfew of today seems to have been a resounding success.
Absolutely, it is. I mean, I think it is time for all of us during the Janta curfew to ensure that we show the resolve and responsibility and restraint that, the government has taken a completely no stone unturned approach. Whatever the virus is, wherever the virus is, rhythm, there is a complete halt. So what is happening today, I think it's great. I think the Prime Minister has taken the lead. He has totally scaled up the level of preparedness right now. And he is, I think the people of India will come out in overwhelming support of him right now. Rhythm, more details from you. I think the halting of the trains is necessary, good, straightforward steps. I think the government is not taking chances at all and are not delaying action.
And Arnab will also tell you, even in Chandigarh, the administration has come out and imposed restrictions. A latest press release also coming from Chandigarh as we are speaking, where they say essential services will not be harmed. But till 31st of March, all the non-essential establishments, which includes colleges, factories, other businesses shall remain closed.
Absolutely.
So in all the states, we are seeing one by one some sort of suspension till 31st of March coming. And it ends with saying people are advised, don't believe in rumors, take the preventive steps as being communicated. All are advised to stay indoors and not to come out unless there is.
And I want to also mention here that lockdown does not mean that essential services will not be allowed, that grocery shops will close down. So there needs to be absolutely, I think absolutely no panic right now, because all essential services will continue. Only people are now being told that you will have to stay indoors. We're getting some news also about Chandigarh. I think sooner this press release has come out, this press note which has come out from the PIB, Minister of Information and Broadcasting. I think individual state governments have started working. Orissa has a lockdown in, I think, 12 districts. Gujarat has a lockdown, I think, in 4. And Chandigarh, we are getting individual news from individual areas. but it's simple. If you had a single COVID case, you are under lockdown. Any more details, Abhishek and Rhythm, at this time?
Well, I'm checking, Arnab, whether we can get the list of all those 75 affected districts, but locally this information should be public anyways about which district is affected and corona positive. And I'm told that the decision became an imperative essentially because the government was getting a feedback, Arnab, from the experts, from their people in the administration.
See, we got this news where the press release came out. Sorry to intervene, from the Chandigarh administration. It tells a lot in terms of actual information I want to share. Because what Chandigarh has done is what is going to happen during a lockdown. I'll read out. Chandigarh administration has decided to impose certain restrictions to prevent the spread of COVID. And I think you can take it forward from there, Rhythm. The point is, all non-essential establishments, including offices, schools, colleges, factories, business establishments, will remain closed. All public transport shall remain suspended. And if you have that, you can read off the rest of it, because what we need to tell people right now is that in areas like Chandigarh, which have a lockdown, what will remain open? That is what we need to communicate. Rhythm?
Absolutely. Arnab, absolutely. What will remain open in Chandigarh is exactly what's going to happen, possibly in some of the districts that Abhishek was mentioning. So what's going to remain open? Vegetable shops, viewers, are going to be open. Everything, the ration shops will be open. If you need any medicines, the chemists will remain open. What's going to be closed is the factories, the offices, the schools, the colleges, the business establishments that do not need to run on an urgent basis. And then the government in Chandigarh also saying, don't believe in rumors. Don't panic.
Yeah, I think the point to communicate also is that Chandigarh administration has written in that same press note that detailed guidelines on this are going to be given shortly. So there will be some practical questions. What happens in a lockdown? Your question will be, if there's a lockdown, if grocery shops, if ration shops, chemists, vegetable shops remain open, how am I going to access them? That's a legitimate question if there's a lockdown. I'm 100% sure that soon enough we will have the detailed orders which will allow people to go in for, their food and grocery, or if they want to have to buy medicines, that they will be allowed. But I think there will be restrictions put on how many people go out from a family and how often, etc., and to show a legitimate reason to go out so that people don't violate the lockdown. Lockdown is to be implemented with absolute 100% collective national discipline. So I think we will get more details on that. I think I need to hit a short break. I'm going to be coming back with a lot more breaking news right now. Viewers, the latest breaking news we had is that one more news I have is that 4 new COVID cases have been reported in Gujarat. That's also breaking news right now. The toll in the number of cases reported in Gujarat, number of cases reported in Gujarat is now 18. A lot of this is happening because there's a lot of testing. There is a lot of testing which is happening right now, and there are a lot of tests which have happened in the last 48 hours. So if the number of reported cases goes up, it's because the test results are beginning to come in. India comes together, viewers. India comes together in a big way. India comes together to defeat the coronavirus. 75 districts have been put under lockdown. The possibility of this being extended is very, very real.